Let's welcome our guest on the show today. We have with us the management of Shree Renuka Sugars. We have with us Atul Chaturvedi, who is the executive chairman at Shree Renuka Sugars. Thank you so much, Mr. Chaturvedi, for taking the time out and joining us here on Business Today television. You know, we were talking about this recent announcement only that UP government is expected to increase the state advisory price for sugar cane. So I want to know it from you, Mr. Chaturvedi, that how do you look at this announcement and what kind of an impact can we expect going forward when it comes to sugar industry and when it comes to your company as well?
As a matter of fact, we've also been hearing that this announcement is going to come, but it has still not come. And if it comes, I'm sure the sugar values will definitely go up. So government is definitely going to be a little more cagey about tinkering with the SAP at this point of time. But we are also aware that next year, or rather towards the end of this year, we have elections also. So as an industry, we were looking at an increase of about 150 rupees a quintal. But as per media reports, it seems it's going to be something like 25 rupees or 250 rupees a ton. So that is definitely going to be bullish as far as sugar in the country is concerned. So some increase was on the cards because last year UP did not increase the SAP. But if UP does, I'm sure Karnataka and Maharashtra would also start looking at this much more seriously than what they've been looking at till now. And so overall, this is bullish sugar.
Right. Mr. Chaturvedi, welcome to Business Today Television. It's a pleasure to host you, sir. Let's talk about the broader industry. So there are three major trends which are buffeting your sugar space. One, the recent lack of rainfall that we saw over the last 2 or 3 months in chief sugar growing areas. The fact that inflation has reared its head as far as food prices are concerned. And three, we are facing elections in 4 major states and of course the national election. How is the industry production and data concerned as far as these three broad trends are being noted in the markets?
In India, the major sugar producing states are UP, Karnataka and Maharashtra. So UP seems to be quite all right. The rains have been definitely quite okay. The troublesome areas could be Karnataka and Maharashtra. But as far as Maharashtra and Karnataka is concerned, August was a disaster. There was hardly any rain. But what I'm seeing today is that rain event seems to be happening and things seem to be in a much better position as far as rains is concerned going forward. So if the rains happen, then the loss may actually get curtailed. But whatever has happened may have happened. So as a matter of fact, overall, on a countrywide basis, what we are looking at is the production could definitely be much lower than what it was last year. But having said that, there is absolutely no issue whatsoever this year in terms of the stock availability. This year, exports is practically out of the window because I don't think the government is going to allow exports, even though the industry would definitely want the exports to happen because the delta is huge. Internationally, sugar available is about at 65 rupees a kilo and Indian values are still hanging around 37, 38 rupees. But having said that, this will definitely have an impact on the domestic values. Though sugar as a sector is highly regulated,
right,
but some upward movement cannot be controlled. Because if the world is selling at 65 rupees, some spillover effect is bound to happen in India. But having said that, I think the government will have to seriously look at increasing the ethanol values, or else next year you could possibly see ethanol production actually coming down from the sugar sector.
Right. In front of you, Mr. Chaturvedi, we've brought a monthly chart of sugar futures trading in London, and they've shown one of the highest levels as far as the past decade is concerned. Globally, the commodity is in short supply, and that's prompting higher and higher prices, something that governments don't like across the board when it comes to commodities that are used on a regular basis. What would you estimate the production value as far as the Indian sugar cycle is concerned? How many million tons this year compared with the previous year?
No, let me analyze for you the global scenario. Brazil has had a very good crop. In fact, some account say that the crop, the cane could be closer to about 620 million tons in Brazil. And also their production this year could be in excess of 40 million tons. And their exports could actually be much higher than 32 million tons. So overall, Brazil has compensated to a certain extent. But last year, India exported about 6.3 million tons to the world market. So it would be difficult for Brazil to fill in this gap of 6.3 million tons. And the other problem internationally is that Thailand also seems to be suffering the same way as India. Thailand last year was close to about 11 million tons, and this year now there is talk that the Thai production could plummet to about 7 million tons. So overall, all these are bullish factors, and this is getting reflected in London now above 740 levels. So overall, the world is definitely on the bullish side. And what is also happening is, till now, Brazil was diverting more and more cane juice towards sugar. But with the Brent also, crude oil also looking up, so they might start diverting a lot more to ethanol. Ethanol values will possibly also go up in Brazil. So that might also squeeze a little bit of sugar for the world market. So overall, world looks definitely friendly. And today also, we heard the Albion company saying that sugar could be in short supply in the next couple of years. So that is fair enough. And sugar as a sector should start looking better than what it has been till now.
Okay,
and
absolutely.
as far as Indian values are concerned, in terms of sugar, we cannot put a finger on what the numbers would be, but definitely is going to be lower than what it was last year. And the carry out also may be lower than what it was last year. That's for sure.
Okay, absolutely got that, Mr. Chaturvedi, and we'll discuss about exports ban also in a bit. But firstly, I want to talk to you about the fresh ethanol capacity that is coming online in FY24, and where is this capacity coming in from geographically?
No, I think the new ethanol capacity, as far as India is concerned, is very much already factored in. I think new capacity will only come in if the sector, the ethanol is going to be incentivized much more than what it has been till now. As far as Renuka is concerned, we have expanded our capacities in Karnataka at our 3 mills. And now from the level of about 720 KLPD, kiloliters per day, we are now at about 1250 kiloliters per day. But having said that, now in future, if the sugar values are going to be higher, then obviously ethanol could become a bit of a casualty. And the government's plan of having 20% ethanol blending by 2025 could come in for some hiccup if they do not seriously raise the ethanol values by about 4 to 5 rupees a liter.
Okay, absolutely. And lastly, Mr. Chaturvedi, before we let you go, just your thoughts on exports ban, because India is expected to ban mills from exporting sugar in the next season beginning October. So how do you look at this news and your thoughts here?
As a company, we would definitely want exports to happen. But as a consumer, I would probably go with the government, because as far as India is concerned, the Indian consumer comes first. And the way we've seen the government being proactive on the efforts towards controlling inflation, banning rice exports, banning wheat exports. And so export, I don't think is a priority of the government at this point of time. And more so with the inflation, with elections around the corner. So I think no political party or no person in decision-making chair would want inflation to become a serious subject, and more so food inflation.
Absolutely, got that. And on that note, thank you so much, Mr. Chaturvedi, for taking the time out and being with us here on Business Today Television.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me on your show.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.